The Juice Boys are issuing 1/6 of an apology. Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at?
I mean, as a piece of bacon, I feel like I should have an opinion on James
think so.
Harden.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's just like he missed 10 days. All right, I missed 3 days of work last week because I couldn't stop poop. All right, so I mean, this is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Gentlemen. Hey.
What is up, boys?
Welcome to the Juice Boys show, guys. Welcome to the Juice Boys. Is this our Halloween episode or last? No,
Well,
technically,
I mean, it
last
comes
coming
out
out
the
the
day-
day after.
It comes out the day after, but it counts. I'm wearing a costume right now.
We'll get to that. Welcome to the Juice Boys show. Three brothers-in-law so stupid. Started a weekly sports podcast over a year ago. It's our second Halloween episode. Guys, this show's blown up like Freddie fucking Freeman right now. Dodgers.
Oh my God, what a
Freeman.
man!
Just
I hate the Dodgers, but I think I hate the Yankees more. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know how I feel about this, but I love Freddie Freeman. He's such a good dude. Balling.
slapping dingers,
Freddie
guys.
Freeman.
Slapping dingers. Whenever you're listening, however you're listening, we thank you so much. Shows drop every Friday. Be sure to follow on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We're blowing up everywhere, getting bigger by the week. Thank all the Juice Junkies for listening. I am the third turd, Cody. Got Juice Boy Joe, Mr. Bacon, Pelletier.
Yes,
Chris,
sir.
start us off. What are you drinking? What are you dressed as? You look beautiful. You look crispy.
Fellas, I'm wearing my bacon strip costume that has been my costume for I think like 12 years now.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
It's aging well.
Yeah. I've stopped even trying to come up with new versions of bacon and have just gone real lazy with it. And my wife hates it, which I think is funny.
I love that. Give us the names, please, of the years of different bacon types.
Yeah. So year 1 was bacon. Year 2, I wore a "Hello, my name is Kevin" sticker, so I was Kevin Bacon.
Nice.
Let's see. I can't remember the order of operation. There was one year where I wore like a beak and a bunch of feathers, so I was Turkey Bacon.
Love it.
There was one year where I had a necklace made of jalapeno peppers, so I was Peppered Bacon. There was one year where I wore a Chewbacca mask, so I was Chewy Bacon. One year where I wore a Canadian Mountie hat and a big old maple leaf on my chest, so I was Canadian Bacon.
Okay.
God, I'm sure that there are probably some that I'm forgetting, but I've been a lot of different versions of bacon.
You've got your money's worth, is what it
I
looks like.
really, really have. Yeah, this
So
thing
what are you
smells like
drinking?
liquor at this point. Like you
Yeah,
can wring this out.
can you wash it?
No, it has never been washed.
Oh, so it's a
Take it to
decade
dry
plus
cleaner.
of Halloween
Take it to
parties.
Decades worth of spilled drinks just soaked into the fabric of this. Not completely unlike my life.
No, of course not. Of course not. What are you drinking, friend? Episode 65.
You know, episode 65. I brought back an old classic. I'm drinking just a little bit of Shenanigans Colorado whiskey.
Are you really?
It's been a while. We
yeah,
won't shit
boys.
on it. There you go. No ice, hard day, tough day.
I don't ever do ice with Shenanigans. It's too good.
He's a classy broad. JoJo, you are dressed as Julian Edelman Rocky
Yes.
fan. Who's a
Yeah, I
also
mean,
Rocky
just
fan.
just because I like this hat, dude. I had to say, like, I was rooting for the Pats to lose every single game. I still think they'll probably get first pick in the draft, right behind Carolina. They're so bad. Carolina is so bad, and they just traded Deontay Johnson away.
For
they're
a
only
washing
good-
machine.
Yeah, I know. It's just hilarious. But no, I'm on cloud 9 right now. I went to the Broncos game. Then I went to the Avs
Nice.
game in the same day, double dipped, baby. Just walked
that's a
across
good
the
day.
parking lot. They both won. As I was sitting there before the Broncos game, I was watching my Patriots beat the Jets, and oh my God, I am so elated. I mean, it's just it is just unbelievable how bad the Jets are, and the
So
Patriots.
bad.
Oh, it's just the Patriots just own them, and they always will, and it's just hilarious to see, and I love it. So I had to bust out the old Jules. Haven't worn it in a while. So, Chris, I am drinking the little brother of Stranahan's Tin Cup. Mountain.
There we go.
Tin Cup Mountain Whiskey in this awesome collector's cup I got at the Broncos game. It's legit. It's got the sweet
Very
old D
nice.
on it right there, and then I'm washing it down with a really good Mexican beer from Oscar Blues. I'm still trying to get a sponsorship from Oscar Blues.
We're trying.
Okay.
Calling them out each time. I love
You
your
can reach
beer.
out to them.
I love your beer. Mas Lima Salt Lime Cerveza. It's delicious.
How do we feel about Avery Brewing? I do have a connection there.
I like Avery. I like beer, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose when I say we, I'm asking the one and only person here that drinks beer regularly.
How do we feel? I feel good about it.
Is it
Okay.
beer?
Let me see what I can
Love
do. Let me see what I can do.
Jeez. All right, guys. Well, it's our fall episode. I'm drinking apple brandy that I've had for multiple years that I break out for 1 or 2 shows. I guess the last 2 years, guys.
That's right. I can't believe the way you can hold on to liquor is just hilarious. I mean, it's just if it's there, it's gone. It's gone.
I'm dressed up as a sports moron this week, guys. Guys, we haven't done it in a while. Please define what a sports moron is. We are sports morons. This show is for sports morons. A lot of people get paid a lot of money to be professional sports talkers. No, not us. How would you define a sports moron? It's been a while.
I've got a recent example. I was a sports moron this past weekend talking nonstop shit about Nebraska's offensive coordinator, Satterfield, and his terrible play calling and his unwillingness to change. And I thought I could do better. But he clearly saw something in Ohio State's defense, made adjustments in the second half, and damn near went out and won that game.
What a game.
That very sports moron. That is very sports moron.
He went ahead and made adjustments based off of something that was well beyond my capacity to even recognize, and brought Nebraska back into that game.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Yeah,
Joe, how do you
that's pretty
define
much it.
a sports moron?
Sports moron is someone who goes to 2 games in a single day.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Going the Broncos at 2 and the Avs at 7. It was excellent.
I love that. I would say it's trade deadline season. That's when all the sports morons really come out to play.
Oh,
they think they know the cap situation. They think they know what their team needs. They think they know the value of every player that's about to be traded.
Yeah.
And they know
let's go ahead and call it out. How about McCoy being a sports moron the other week, trying to convince us that the Kansas City Chiefs big-brained the Bills into making a trade that they didn't want to make? Yeah.
No, they just made it. They had the pressure of the Chiefs breathing down their neck to get Amari Cooper, so they thought, oh, shit, we got to make this move quick.
You're right. You are dressed as a sports moron.
Damn right, boys. Let's get into it. We got a sports docket. Moron Mountain squeezes of the week. Got our picks at the end. A big tot dictator. I don't know why we chose our tot, but stay tuned. If you're a sports moron, tell another sports moron to check out our show. Pretty please. Guys, which NFL coach is on the hot seat the most? Who do we got? We got Zach Taylor bleeding with the Bengals. Mike McCarthy seems to always be on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Who else is out there? A lot of people on the hot seat right now. The guy in Carolina, God bless him, he's probably on the hot seat already. Doug Peterson for the Jag has been as well.
Yep.
Who should be on the hottest seat, Jim?
Whoever is the current interim coach for the Jets, because my God,
They go to a second interim.
Yeah,
Can you do that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they can keep doing as much as they want. I mean,
The Jets would be the team to do it.
I've heard they're bringing in Rex Ryan. That's what I've heard, and it's like, let's blow it up, baby. Let's just see this dumpster fire turn into an entire city block. I mean, like this is just this is unbelievable.
Beautiful, giant, pearly white teeth, though.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. And his Mark Sanchez tattoo. Do you know he has a Mark Sanchez tattoo?
How do you know that he has a Mark Sanchez tattoo?
Because it was a bet, and he has a Mark Sanchez tattoo. So
Where's it at?
I think it's on his
Tattoo the
arm.
butt fumble.
Yeah. Yeah, he should have. That would have been so funny.
The Jets would be
yeah,
the team to fire an interim coach.
After this last week and after that colossal destruction that happened, I'll talk about it later, but with the Bears and Commanders game, Matt Eberflus, oof.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he barely skated by last season.
I know, but oof. I mean, how do you and the end of that game, when they talked about how they just let him throw that 13-yard out route to Terry McLaurin, that was it. I mean, like if they played defense whatsoever in that moment, then
there's no Hail Mary.
There's no Hail Mary. That nobody could throw the ball. I mean, Michael Vick, but I mean, Jaden Daniels can't throw the ball 90 yards. All right, and so it's just like those 13 yards was it, because even when he got there, he was still about a yard or two short.
Yeah, it got tipped into the end zone.
And so Eberflus saying that play didn't matter. That is enough right there to be like, are you serious?
Tony Romo said you cannot give this up moments before they gave it up.
Yeah, and just with no pressure, absolutely nothing. Doug Peterson, I don't know how you still have a job. I really don't. The Jags are so bad. But it's I hate to say because I like him, but Brian Dable in New York, both New York teams are just dumpster fires, and so it's just, it's just crazy that in this league with only 32 teams, how much turnover there can be in that position of head coach. I mean, it is remarkable.
I'm going
We'll see what
Zach
happens.
On fire.
Yeah.
Zach
Oh,
Taylor, guys. Oh my God. How much talent does the guy have to have? They're still riding a Chiefs victory from 2 years ago. They're not good. They got blown out last week. They got blown out.
Oh, they
T.
look
Higgins
bad.
was back. Jamar is back. They've all been bitching about money.
No,
Joe Burrow did
Higgins was
not
out
take a
last
pay
week.
cut. Higgins
Higgins
was
was
out
out.
last week. Yep. But they got no defense. Joe Mixon is actually very valuable in Houston. They just think there's something. It's like they think they could. They keep talking shit. Jamar keeps saying they're the team to beat. They're in dead last. They can't get a win at home. They've lost 3 home games. I mean, I hate the Bengals with a passion, but I would just love to see Zach Taylor get canned middle of the season. It would make my day.
How about Antonio Pierce out in Las Vegas?
Ooh,
The
that's
guy
a
who
good
one.
was
Talk about
the
it.
interim, won over the locker room, and
they're all
the
gone.
locker room pushed for him to actually step into the legit head coaching position. And all he has done is shipped away every scrap of talent they have other than Max Crosby, while also losing the locker room. Everybody who is there is pissed to be there. They have no quarterback, no wide receivers. They are literally just built around the Max Crosby hype train. And outside of that, like the entire team is just rudderless.
And we all love that collectively.
I mean, we sure do.
We loved it.
Nobody
And also,
easier to root against than the Raiders.
terrible.
But
Antonio
oh my God.
Pierce makes my day because he looks like if we were out there coaching, because his headset is never on where he's talking. He's like just a guy who roams the sidelines listening to intelligent people coach while he watches the game in some position where he's on the sideline. His mic is never in his face. He is never talking to anyone ever on the sideline.
That's very interesting. I guess I'll have
never
to notice that. But I don't
He's
think
just
our
doing
head
the old
coach ever.
Harbaugh like squat with your hands on your knees, looking like you're not quite sure where you are.
Yeah, but he's not talking to anyone. He's just
he-
hearing everyone else.
I don't think our head coach ever puts his up. It's just-
Right. That's have you ever
it's
seen a
just
coach put it
always
up?
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's jump into also who would you rather have, Dak Prescott or Aaron Rodgers? Before we all jump into Rodgers, let's paint a picture. Dak Prescott just signed a contract, so you are stuck with Dak Prescott for the next 4 to 5 years at a lot of money. Rodgers is already being talked about getting traded or not coming back next year. So it's a short situation there. Who would you rather have right now?
Who are they talking to for trade partner? This
Montreal Alouettes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you get him off the books?
Cleveland, maybe just dumpster fire to dumpster fire.
So who do you want? Dak Prescott long term, a little less drama, or Aaron Rodgers one season, go all in? Who would you rather have? Who would you rather be right now?
Dude, you
don't want to
know-
answer.
I think
Yo,
that
you-
I'd just take the year off from watching football.
Oh,
Like I'll circle back around in a year. Like this isn't.
you'll
gonna
Bill
do
Belichick it.
anything.
You'll Bill Belichick.
Yeah. Let me just go ahead and hit the old pause button. I'll go take a lap. I'll see y'all in 2025.
Didn't
I
see
take
that answer
Dak.
coming.
I hate Rodgers. No matter what, I wouldn't. No, I hate him. I hate him.
Rodgers is just such a turd of a human being. Like Dak Prescott, I at least think he's a decent dude. He's just shit out on the field. But like you've had Jerry Jones like looking to fuck you over at every possible moment since being drafted by Jerry Jones.
Yeah, or undercut you
Like,
or devalue you. Oh, it's the whole show.
It is one of those where like, yeah, I'm with you, Joey. I would actually give a little more flexibility to Dak versus Aaron Rodgers. Like you seem like you go out of your way to be a dick to try and establish that like you're the head guy in any situation.
He just came out and just said that he found the fountain of youth elixir by drinking cayenne pepper and water. And I'm just like, dude, shut up, man. It's just like what? Yeah, it's just like what? You did not invent that. That's called a cleanse, you dick. People have been doing that for like forever. I mean, it's just like,
you were
it's
just
it's like,
peeing out your butt.
this
That
is-
is a
this
normal
is the-
thing.
Yeah, I'm so healthy because of this, and it's like then do it more because you suck ass.
He's
I was
not
like, don't
playing
come
well.
out and talk about how great shape you're in when you guys are 2-6. I mean, it was just like one of the best memes I've seen in a long time was Michael Scott. Well, that picture of him when he was had the mullet when he got the job at Dunder Mifflin.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's sort of like the original guy. It's like the Jets with all of their expectations, Patriots with the lowest expectations of franchise history, both 2-6. Like, hell yeah.
What has Rodgers done? He demanded they get Devontae. They brought him Adam Lazard. Didn't they get Cobb last year too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who else? He got Salah
They
fired.
have like there's like 12 players from former Packers that are on the Jets right now.
Yeah, Hackett got demoted. They got Salah out of there, and they brought Hassan Reddick back. Probably did pay him more than they wanted to.
No,
And
Reddick's a piece of shit too.
it's all for 2 and 6. We'd love to see a guy. So you know who else is him? Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, baby.
Yes, sir.
338
ball,
three
baby.
tutties.
Oh,
338 three
God.
tutties, beating Baltimore, who I was just talking about the week before, saying they're better than the Chiefs.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Dude. I mean, I'm glad that Baltimore went out and got a wide receiver because, like, they got a bunch of dudes with just nubs for hands right now. Like, so bad.
We're talking about nubs
Oh
for
my
hand, nubs for hand.
God.
Deontay Johnson. Remember, didn't he lead the league in drops for like 3 straight years?
Yeah, but he's so fast. And he can get open. It's just,
Okay, that matters with hands. So is Zay Flowers.
Yeah, and who's the? Yeah, there's a lot of Sky Moore. How's that going? How is Sky Moore?
Dead
doing?
He's
hair.
got 2 Super Bowl rings, and
Oh jeez.
I mean, I don't know what. He's a
What
bust.
role
I
did
will
he
tell you,
play
he's a
in those?
bust.
Yeah.
He had one touchdown against the Eagles. Has not caught a ball ever since. That was
Well,
2 years ago. So
I hope that the Browns don't bench Jameis, and I hope we can just watch this the rest of the season because he is just so much freaking fun to watch. He's so bizarre. Like his pregame stuff
He's a
is just
nutcase.
so
I love it.
bizarre. The things that he says are just so weird. That he is just so weird. You know, and it's just I love watching him and hearing his sound bites and just watching him go out there and just hug it. That dude just doesn't care. He's just gonna grip it and rip it and they don't even have any
Just a
receivers anymore.
maniac.
And it's just David Njoku might be like the best tight end of the league now because he's all you can throw to, and he's just I'm gonna throw it to you 30 times.
he should have had
it's just
2
like,
picks. Did you see the Ravens drop?
Of course he should.
2
That's Jameis.
easy- yes.
That's Jameis, baby. He just
50-50
rips it
ball,
rips,
son.
You know?
It's
just-
built
yeah.
into the game as you get 1.5 over under on the picks for Jameis Winston.
He had a 5,000 yard season, 33 touchdowns, but then 30 picks. And do you know how many people have
Oh
had
my
5,000 yard
God.
seasons? Like 5 in the league history have ever had 5,000 yard seasons. I don't think Mahomes has had a 5,000 yard season. You know, so it's
yeah,
Jameis
yeah,
is
yeah.
the guy.
so he's one of them.
Yeah.
I know Brady, Manning, him, and then Jameis. Oh yeah, and Drew Brees. It's just like Jameis just rips it.
Pro Jameis Winston podcast. Jameis,
Guy
come
is
on.
just fearless. I
Yeah.
love it.
Just throws the ball up. His speeches are great. He's a hype man.
They're not great. The delivery
They're
is great.
legendary.
Oh yeah, it's so
But, like,
confident. Yeah.
The substance is like, what the hell are you talking about? And is eating doves? Like, what does that even mean?
Oh yeah.
Puts his fingers up like West Coast and starts eating his fingers. It's like, what the hell is this?
We strong?
Hilarious.
I'm strong if you strong. You strong? Guess we strong then.
I guess we strong.
What, Jameis? What?
Do we owe an apology to 2 people?
Lots, probably.
Do we?
More than 2. More than 2.
We've offended a few people. Who do we owe a bigger apology to as a podcast? Russell Wilson or
Nope.
Coach Prime,
Absolutely not.
who just got it bowl eligible for the old Buffs? Is Russell Wilson for real? Is he
Nope.
back?
Nope.
Okay. Is Coach Prime for real?
No.
Oh, okay. So no apologies are given.
So-
No,
no,
no
I'll
apologies.
take it.
I will
I'll
die on
take-
both these hills.
All right, Chris. I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna be a man, and I'm gonna own it.
I'm going
And
to
I'm
be a
gonna-
bacon and talk more shit.
I'm gonna be a bacon. I'm gonna say I owe Coach Prime an apology. There is no way in hell I saw this coming.
What about his
they're like-
assistant?
No, his assistant can suck it. But Coach Prime, I'm sorry. Like I really thought I didn't think that you had anything. I didn't think there's any substance to your team whatsoever. Dude, they're playing well. And like I know they looked so bad against Nebraska, but it's just like man, what are they 6-2? That's pretty freaking good, dude. You know, and so like they might have a legit shot at this Big 12 championship game. And oh baby, if can you imagine? Like, if they win the Big 12, they'll definitely be in the playoff, and then I'll have to
Oh.
definitely eat crow. So but I
they'll
don't.
get slaughtered in the playoff. The Big 12 is so weak this season. The biggest team that they've played, that they've beaten, was UCF, who came in with a ton of hype and has been terrible starting at that game and
Yeah.
since. The only decent team that they've gone up against in the Big 12 was K-State. K-State went ahead and just handled them. Outside of that, I mean, they've not really stacked up against anybody. Arizona, like, who gives a shit?
Arizona was ranked earlier in the season, and they handled them.
Arizona has no business being ranked. Arizona.
No, they have that outstanding receiver McMillan, and like that's about it. So but I don't know. 6-2 is 6-2, dude. That's yeah.
But really, it's K-State and Iowa State, and can Matt Campbell close out this season, because that's usually his issue. He'll gain steam, he'll gain momentum, and then it just seems to dissipate out of nowhere. It's like, what the hell, man? Like I like the Cyclones, actually. I'll half-assed root for the Cyclones. I like Iowa State.
So no love for Russell Wilson, guys. Is that what?
No, I don't.
Zero love.
Nah,
dude. All he's doing is what he did in Seattle forever, and what drove Pete Carroll absolutely insane. He just he'd throw a good deep ball, and that's it. That's it, dude. That's all he's got. And so right now, they just haven't figured out that letting Russ cook is a pain in the ass, and running an offense is good. They just don't have a good offense. I don't know. Look at what the Broncos are doing right now with a rookie quarterback with Sean Payton's offense that Russell Wilson refused to run. He just would not do it. He wouldn't wear an armband because he couldn't remember all the calls. He wouldn't and then he just I'm booting, I'm going out. And it's like, no, when bootlegs are supposed to work when they're schemed, not just you running outside all the time. Like that's not how this works. So it's just I don't know.
He's also only beaten the Giants and was it Jets last week?
Yeah.
So he hasn't really beaten anyone yet. I think their schedule really good stuff. They still have to play the Ravens twice, Bengals twice, Chiefs, Philly. They have a hard schedule. They are 6-2 though.
Wasn't it like deep into the first quarter, or maybe into the second quarter before they even scored a touchdown?
That's true.
Like Russ is still Russ. Like, he'll put together some impressive stats from time to time. I honestly think that he's in the right fit, though, because as far as Mike Tomlin is considered, he's like, offense, go do whatever the fuck you feel like. We are entirely reliant on this defense. As long as you don't turn the ball over and give us enough of a break to where this defense can just go feast, I do not care what you're doing.
To score just enough points.
I do not care. Can you give me like a touchdown and a field goal? We'll handle the rest.
We'll do the rest.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. The Juice Boys are issuing 1/6 of an apology. Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at? Is 1/6? Yep. Okay.
No, we're giving one full apology. There's only 1 out of 6 possible signatures on it, though.
Yes, there we go. Thanks, Chris, for being the logical one here.
I'm crispy bacon today.
Crispy
bacon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was the name of the pig on that. That was the name of the pig on that news clip, and the anchor couldn't keep it together. It was so funny. He's just laughing, crispy bacon. It was so awesome.
Guys, World Series is it's almost wrapping up. It's 3-0. The game's being played right now. Joey, what's the score?
Oh, dude, this game's out of control.
Oh.
So the game started. The game started once again. Freddie Freaking Freeman, 6 consecutive World Series games, all-time record, beating, thank God he beat George Springer's record, because cheating ass George Springer in that World Series. All right, but they're down 3-0.
Never been done in the World Series.
Never been done. It's been done in the ALCS by the Red Sox against the Yankees. So, I mean, at this point, that would be the only thing I could root for the Yankees. I don't know. I don't know how I can root for any team in this. But it is good baseball. It has been incredible. You can root for Freddie Freeman. You can root for players. Okay. Freddie Freeman is a great human being. This dude is an awesome guy, right? And so everybody loves Freddie Freeman. It's like just seeing him succeed is fantastic. Aaron Judge has sucked ass. It's been so bad.
Juan Soto hasn't played great either.
Soto hasn't played great.
Ohtani hasn't played great either. I mean, he's been hurt.
Ohtani's been okay, but Ohtani's at least putting the ball in play, but it's just, but the other guys aren't. But then Giancarlo Stanton, I can run faster than Giancarlo Stanton.
I was just going to ask, which one can any of us run faster than Juan Carlos Stanton? Chris seems skeptical that Joey could beat Juan
Did you see him round third and try to score in that the other day.
I mean, Chris has thoughts on this.
I'm just
race.
worried about. I'm just worried about you, Joey. Okay,
Chris doesn't want to
sue me. You know what? All of a sudden, Joey takes off from third. Both knees just explode. And
a hamstring on second base.
He is left like an extra from a World War II movie who just stepped on a landmine, standing on the third baseline. Like, pardon me for being worried about you.
He's got an ACL in the third row. Just
no, I don't have an ACL, so I don't have to worry about that. All right, so yeah.
Some
I don't have
guy's
an
holding
ACL
up
or
Joey's
meniscus in my left
kneecap
knee.
in his baseball glove.
Yeah. That's just bone on bone, baby. I mean,
his Achilles just lights on fire. Like,
well, I
we're
won't be
just
wearing
not
my
sure
cowboy
what's-
boots, so I won't snap my Achilles this time. So,
All right, Juice Junkies, who do you think would win? Joey.
me or Giancarlo? You guys saw Giancarlo Stanton run. Oh my God! All right, I mean, it's Peyton.
Now imagine someone slower,
Peyton
and that would be
now.
Joey.
Peyton Manning now is faster than Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, that was just like that was horrible.
Do you think Stan's running like I'm going as fast as I can? Like this is me trying really hard.
That's why he doesn't play in the field anymore. Well, the dude is he's so top heavy. It's just like he's so broad, and it's just like he can't run. It's hilarious. Like he used to play outfield in the National League before DHs, and now he's a DH, and he'll be a DH until he dies. And it's just like
Until he dies.
Yeah, no, he can play forever. So,
Until he passes, he will be he's Edgar Martinez. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Oh Lordy, Joe, you had a note. Avs need a goalie. Nuggets finally won. Fuck James Harden. That does none of those are correlated.
Nope. It's just a check-in. Just a quick little
Avs
check-in.
needed a goalie.
All right, so the Avs started out 0-4 this year. Everybody in Denver that likes hockey was losing their minds. Then what they do, and they just go win 4 in a row. All right, and that's because they dropped they're starting to switch up the goalie situation with Alexander Georgiev, who has now had the best nickname I've heard in a long time. The fans are chanting Forgiev because he's guaranteed to give up 4 goals. All right, and so it's just at any point Forgiev, it's gonna happen. All right, but they got this kid Annunen who's in there and he's playing. He looked really good the other night, and so the Avs are 5-5 right now. Not a great start. They need a goalie because the rest of their team. Cale Makar is everybody says this all the time. He is Bobby Orr, but he is putting up even just remarkable statistics. But just
Wait, do you think you would give up less than 4 goals? Is like based on the Juan Carlos Stanton comparison?
No.
Would you stop? Would you give up less?
God, no. Oh
Okay.
no,
Chris, you can buy into that, right?
Yeah, no, I played goalie as
We got
a
to
kid.
check in
I
on the
was-
Zamboni driver though. See if he can play goalie.
So I mean, he stopped 6 of 8 shots. So that was pretty good.
Okay.
But no, I don't know. Hell no, dude. I played the Wii Sports goalie once, and that's hard.
That knock you on your ass.
Joey,
Was that
I mean, talk about Joey's knees exploding. Like, imagine him trying to get to where both
See me
feet
doing
are
the
facing
butterfly?
outward. Yeah, you just hear crackling, and Joey goes down. Oh no!
Yeah, I'd have to be like I'm like the dude catcher playing on his knees. It's just like, I'll just be in goal on my knees the whole time, just like come on.
I can't get up.
Sounds like
Fuck
somebody
James
just
Harden.
lit off a string of firecrackers.
I just wanted to say that about James Harden because I hate him, and it's really making me
okay,
angry
that's the
that
whole
the
thing.
Clippers are looking good to start this
They
season.
actually are. Yeah.
I cannot believe it after all the crap that I talked about them last week. They're coming out and they whooped the Nuggets, and I was like, oh,
They heard you.
and like they're looking good, and I hate it. The Nuggets finally got their first win last night against in double overtime against the Raptors. I'm like, come on, man, this better not be because of Russell Westbrook. Just bringing Russell Westbrook onto your team just kills it.
a virus.
It's just that better not be happening, and I'm worried it could be. But yeah,
is.
so tumultuous times to start the season for the prospective champs of both the Nuggets and the Avalanche. Let's hope they can turn it around.
Chris, any thoughts on Avs, Nuggets, or fucking James Harden? Any thoughts? None? Any?
I mean, as a piece of bacon, I feel like I should have an opinion on
I
James
think so.
Harden.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Damn it, Chris.
That was a
But
good
I'll
one.
keep that to myself. Yeah, I mean, Georgiev has been trash, needs to fucking go. He is not NHL caliber starting talent at goalie.
No.
Chris, that was fantastic.
Glad you enjoy my shenanigans.
Let's awkwardly go on a music break. That's all we got. Stay
That's it.
tuned.
Bye-bye.
See you on the other side. Welcome back, my friends. We got our drinks. Great sports docket, gentlemen. Chris looking crispy as ever, my friend.
Thank you.
Joey looking like a washed-up slot receiver.
I'll take that.
All right, it was a compliment. All right, Big Tot. No, we're not Big Tot. Squeezes of the week.
There
Moron
we
Mountains.
go.
Don't
you
get
found
ahead of
it.
yourself.
Geez,
buddy.
Squeeze of the week, our most outlandish takes. Moron Mountain, our lowest IQ moments in sport, of professional sports. They like to nominate people to the top of when they show their stupidity. Guys, we have 2 nominations to Moron Mountain. One from Mr. Bacon himself, one from the Sultan of Sift. Chris, I'm going to throw it to you first, friend. Who are you nominating?
Fellas, let's talk about Anthony Richardson of the Indianapolis Colts. Anthony,
Ridiculous.
welcome to Moron Mountain. This is your first trip up.
Welcome.
For those who weren't paying attention this past weekend, Anthony Richardson went ahead and benched himself for a play.
Yeah.
And when asked about it, instead of just making something up and being like, "Oh, I took a stinger," or yeah, I felt like something was flaring up, but then I was good to go afterwards. No. This dumbass admits, "Well, I ran a lot those last 2 plays.
A little
I really
tired.
thought
A little tired.
I felt
he just needed a
little
break.
Tired. I thought I needed a break
On third down.
on third down
In the red zone,
down.
right?
He needed
Yes.
a break. Needed to take himself a little pause. And now the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts has been like, great idea, Anthony. You can have all the rest you need. You are officially fucking benched, you idiot.
For a 40-year-old Joe Flacco who doesn't need oxygen.
He had to have been like, all right, we're getting in the red zone. Everybody knows I can't throw the ball unless it's for 60 yards. All right, so it's like I can't throw a 10-yard or 12-yard pass. Let's bring in Flacco for this point. Just like that's not how football works, Anthony. All right, that's not how this works. It's not like you're not a running back, you're not a wide receiver, but they have 5 other of them just ready to go for different packages. I've never seen a quarterback tap the top of his head and be like, "I need a sec." Like that. You're not hurt.
Yeah,
No.
What's wrong with you?
How confused was Joe Flacco? He's probably sitting on the bench relaxing,
he's like,
smoking
"What
a
the hell do
cigarette.
you
Like,
mean?"
hey, come in. You need one play.
Yeah, I was trying to hit up your mom over here, dude. Like, is that why you're coming out? But that's
one
the thing.
play?
So Anthony, welcome to your first visit up Moron Mountain. You will not be alone though, because I am going to go ahead and Sherpa you up Moron
Are you
Mountain.
self-nominating?
I am self-nominating
That's a
because
first.
my dumbass believed in
Wow.
Anthony Richardson
I did
to
not.
begin this season. I thought he was far better than he has proven himself to be. And so, Anthony, I'm a seasoned veteran here. We can take as many breaks on the way up the mountain as you need, pal. Go ahead and take breathers. Take
Oh
a
my
seat when
gosh.
you need to. We're going to
I'll see
find
you
our
up
way
there.
up to this peak together, buddy.
You can take it. Air gets thin up there. You can take as many
It sure
breaks as you
does.
need.
I'll carry some oxygen canisters.
Oh,
for you.
he
Why
has
not?
a 44% completion percentage right now, guys.
bad.
4
he just
touchdowns.
dethroned Tim Tebow as the worst completion percentage of all time.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
remarkable.
What's a worse
That is
situation, Bryce Young or Anthony Richardson?
Oh, 100% Anthony Richardson.
You think?
I don't know. I
That's
don't
bad.
know. They're both really bad.
Gee, well, that's what we should have done instead of Dak and Rodgers,
Yeah.
who has a worse situation.
I'd
Wow.
probably take Bryce Young over him because Bryce Young can throw the ball. But if you put Bryce Young like behind Detroit's offensive line, you know, he
Little
might be
protection?
able to make something.
Well,
That's
in
true.
addition to that, like at the end of the day, like who am I going to put money on? I'm going to put money on the guy who goes out there behind a shitty O line and still plays all 4 quarters. Doesn't
tap
check
out.
himself out of the game
You thought that was a
because
given,
he
right?
needs a breather. Like at the end of the day, like that's the guy that I at least believe could turn a corner at some point in time versus the guy who's looking to quit in the middle of the game.
Oh my gosh.
I've never
Shout out Joe Flacco, guys. He refuses
keeps
to
going.
mentor. He keeps finding a backup job with 0 mentoring responsibility because
Yeah,
he
so
made
I'm
it
not doing
clear
this.
He could
ain't
be
doing
starting
that.
for the Browns right now. He
Yeah.
should be.
He made it clear, I'm not back. I'll back you up, but I'm not mentoring you. And he still gets signed
He's
every
such an
year.
asshole.
He
is not a good dude.
And he's still making millions, and he's still flinging that thing. He figured something out. Oh my God. Okay,
There's
well,
no
Chris,
Jameis Winston.
Chris self-nominated, so we have to vote. 2/3 vote to be on Moron Mountain.
You're not kicking me off this mountain. This
All
is
in
my
favor?
Oh, hey.
Chris also, yeah. All right. Welcome, Chris. Joey, who are you nominating alongside Mr. Anthony and Mr. Chris Bacon? Chris P. Bacon.
Chris P.
There it is.
Bacon. All right, so I am nominating a guy who did probably the most boneheaded display of arrogance I have ever seen in my life.
Oh, boy.
Anybody who watched the end of the Bears and Commanders game knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Second
Not
round.
necessarily, because no one.
No.
It was really social media that flared that.
Oh
thing
no,
up,
you
right?
could see it on the field.
Oh,
You
they
could
did?
see it
Okay.
on the live broadcast. Now, the second round pick, who's also a starter and having a pretty damn good season. The Bears defense is good. Tyreek
Not a good
Stevenson.
Sunday.
Tyreek Stevenson. He's supposed to be playing back. All right. Now, what's the number one thing that you're supposed to do as a DB in a Hail Mary situation?
Tell us.
Face toward the quarterback.
That's a pretty good one,
That's a
right?
big
A big look at the play to start.
It's a good start.
All
yeah.
right. Don't let anyone behind you. You don't let anyone behind you ever. If you get that's just how it goes for anybody who plays safety, anybody who plays the and prevent defense. No one gets behind you. So when this ball is snapped, now also a Statcast realized that this was the longest time before throwing a pass in Statcast recorded history. It was almost 14. I think it was almost 17 seconds. He had the
My
ball
God.
in his hand before he threw it. All right. He reverse field twice. All right. And for the first 4.5 seconds of the play, Tyreek Stevenson is looking and taunting the crowd down on the 4-yard line inside the numbers. All right. So almost in the end zone, past the hash marks, past the numbers in the corner of the field, taunting, yelling at everybody. He realizes, oh shit, the play started. His guy was the guy who caught the damn ball. All right. And then
He's the one who tipped it.
he catch the ball because he let him get behind him because he was 40 yards in the other direction taunting fans. 40 yards away from where the play was supposed to be done. And then he goes up and jumps in 3 guys in front of where his defensive position was supposed to be and sets it like a volleyball player getting ready for a spike.
Easiest
Pushes
Hail
it
Mary catch.
straight up in the air. I grew up watching Chris Berman and Tom Jackson on NFL primetime. Every single time that there was a Hail Mary, they would just scream, knock it down. No, not only does this guy not stay behind his receiver, he also bats the ball straight up in the air, falls gracefully into the hands of the guy that he was supposed to be defending,
Like a feather.
and they lose. In just the most heartbreaking
Beautiful.
fashion ever.
The most
they
amazing
can't-
fashion.
They can't cut this guy because he's a second-round pick and a starter, but he's benched. And who knows for how long until he sees the field again. He came out and apologized afterwards, but as you said, social media has taken this and they have ran with it. And this dude is the biggest jackass like in the league by far right now. It's just like, what the hell were you doing?
A lot of
But,
low IQ this week, boys.
So
Real
something
bad.
else,
Oh my
because
God.
this is coming out on Friday. This is going to be crazy news. This just happened in the Yankees game. Fans, if you haven't seen this, watch it. Mookie Betts just went up to catch a foul ball. A fan grabbed his glove, bent his arm completely over the railing, and was ripping the ball out. Mookie goes up to get his other hand to go take the ball out of the glove, and another fan tries to grab that hand and starts fighting it off. They rip the ball out. It goes on the field. It still counts as an out for a fan interference, but oh my God, I have never seen that before. By the time this comes out, we will know those guys' names. They will be everywhere because they already got kicked out of the game. All right. But I'll know more about it on Friday. but my Lord, I've never seen anything like that. And the dude's face, he was like so sinister.
He was so excited
He was
about
just
it.
like laughing and just like gritting his teeth. And it was just like, and then arguing with them like, no, he was on my side. That's not how it works.
Like, you're not being sneaky here.
Was that
That was nuts.
a sport, or is that a Moron et? A Moron Mountain et?
Yeah, 'cause I don't know
like
the
a
guy's
little
name
fella?
yet.
Okay.
I don't know the guy's name yet. I don't know enough about it, but oh my God, that was probably the most shocking thing I've ever witnessed watching baseball. I mean, like I've never seen that.
I love it. JoJo, if people like you boys, Chris P. Bacon, Mr.
P.
Julian Edelman, the Rockies fan, if they want to submit their Moron Mountain nomination, if they want to nominate their sports Moron, that's not what it's called either. If they want to nominate their Moron Mountain athletes and moments and squeezes of the week, how do they do so?
You're crushing it.
Friends, juice junkies, absolute idiots trying to break Mookie Betts' hands. You can submit your most outlandish sports takes or Moron Mountain nominees by emailing us at juiceboyshow@gmail.com or send us a DM on Instagram at juiceboyshow. And if it has the pulp, we'll read it on the show. Chris,
Hey, buddy.
sponsoring today's show.
Dear, delicious, juicy listener, if you're hearing this lovely little ad break, then surely today must be Friday. And since all of our listeners tune in the moment they start their day, it must be Friday morning. So as you contemplate the day ahead, we here at the Juice Boys Show want to encourage you to consider today's sponsor, Workday Lunch Beers.
Oh, jeez.
That's right, dear listener. Workday lunch beers are your guaranteed way to start your weekend early while managing to truly give no fucks as you close out your work week.
I love it.
Workday lunch beers are the fastest way to turn Friday's to-do list into Monday's problem. You will absolutely not regret helping yourself to 5, 6, maybe even 7 Workday lunch beers.
Jesus.
When your dull drum life has you down, Workday lunch beers can help you have the courage to finally tell your boss what you really think of him. Workday lunch beers, because unemployment is basically one extra long weekend anyway.
It's true.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, man, I
Oh,
wish
man.
I had a job where I could have a beer at lunch.
I know, I was thinking about that.
That
It's
would,
like,
that
really,
would make, that
none
would
of
make
us,
national news. So.
like, none of us are in positions to do that. Like, Joey and I just can't due to the jobs that we have, and McCoy works from home. So it's like, what the hell would you be doing? Like,
Guys,
you're
do you wanna
just
hear
sitting by
something?
yourself, drinking at your kitchen table.
Oh, I did have a glass of whiskey last hour of the day. Today.
That boy.
Good for
That
you.
boy.
It was like a happy hour thing. I mean, it was on the clock, right?
That a boy.
Dude,
Somebody's living the Mad Men life.
listen to this show?
We'll find out if I. All right, guys, our big tater. This is supposed to be kind of Halloweeny, spooky, gruesome, gross. I can't believe we're doing this, guys.
Yeah.
Most gruesome. This is all Joe. So if everyone hates this, you can blame Juice Boy Joe.
Do it.
Most gruesome injuries in sports history. We'll see
This
who,
was
how
this
we
was
define-
actually not from me. This was from Sheepulp. All right.
Yep.
So yeah, Sheepulp.
My wife was
Sheepulp
extremely
sent this in.
proud when she found
Yeah.
out that her idea was actually
We
selected.
got a sheep pulp. Oh,
Sheepulp.
ugh.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Bacon to you.
Yeah,
Mrs.
Mrs. Bacon.
Most gruesome injuries. Oh man. Are we gonna play these videos too and react? Like,
Hell yeah, we are.
oh god.
God, I hate everything about this.
Oh,
We're gonna put ourselves through this. All sports are included. Whatever you could find. Joey seems very excited, so we're
Oh,
gonna
I'm
give it to
so
Chris to start.
Oh. Okay.
Chris,
Guys.
who most gruesome injury you could find?
Most gruesome. I can't do the crazy, over the top, like disgusting. Like that's just not for me.
It doesn't
Sorry.
float your boat. Is that
Yeah,
what
no,
you
no, no. I hate everything about it. But what immediately came to mind, the single time that I was the most terrified as a fan watching a game live was watching Tommy Armstrong play against Ohio State in 2016, where he takes a hit and falls on his head and neck and
remember
just
this.
goes limp
Oh,
for minutes.
what are we? We're gonna watch all of this.
I remember sitting and watching this game and being like, I just watched someone get paralyzed. Like, I just watched someone who might not ever move again. Because, like, they, of course, cut away from him. Next thing you know, he's, like, on a stretcher. And then miraculously, you just see him give a thumbs up. And so it all ends well, but the play itself is brutal.
Armstrong takes a look, takes off, and gets around the edge, gets the first down at the 25-yard line. So one of the scrambles, and Armstrong's down.
Oh my
Getting
gosh!
knocked down by Hooker.
Is he unconscious?
Yes.
Oh, he is not moving there.
Must have been when he got hit, didn't have a chance because of the way he was holding the ball to brace himself.
Malik Hooker took the feet out from under him. Here's the tackle.
See how the ball's in his right hand. He doesn't get a chance really to get his head, protect his head there. It's like his head may have hit the ground.
Definitely did.
See the ball in the right
Stop
hand.
showing it.
Doesn't have a chance to brace himself. Boy,
Just an awful scene, and he's still laying.
Woof.
Oh, baby.
That was the single most terrified I've ever been watching an injury.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Watching a game.
Now,
I guess until
didn't
DeMar
look-
Hamlin.
it didn't look that bad, but his head hitting was pretty gnarly. I mean, that was. Oh yeah, we forgot to say that the Roman Coliseum for this is DeMar Hamlin because people
Oh, yeah,
actually
that's
thought
fair.
that we watched a man die on
Yes.
live on TV.
I think
All
that's
right, but that was pretty damn close to that. Tommy Armstrong was out. All right, now mine is not that terrifying. Mine is more of just the shock factor.
Okay.
And I remember this like it was yesterday. All right, so this was in 2001 with the Miami Hurricanes, who at the time at this season were the best team that the world has ever seen play college football. All right, and Willis McGahee was an absolute stud on this team. They come in there undefeated, going up against really like the Cinderella. I know you can't say Ohio State is a Cinderella, but at this time they haven't won in a long time. Their best, like their star offensive player was a freshman, Maurice Claret, and they went out and they won this game. But after this game, nobody could talk about anything besides Willis McGahee's injury. So McGahee comes in and the safety comes in at a full sprint right on the tip of Willis McGahee's his planted leg. All right. And
you're gonna make
just
us watch
bends
this.
completely backwards. Now, I remember watching this, and still to this day, Dan Fouts' reaction is one of the best things that I've ever heard. Just it is anybody who saw this was just that's the exact reaction you're gonna have.
This is a real serious
When
hit.
did we do this?
Will Allen put on Willis McGahee. Hit him low, and they're looking at his left leg right now. Will Allen with two big shots, one on Winslow, and then this one. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That is a serious
That
knee.
is a serious. It's just, oh my goodness!
How
Oh,
did his
dear
leg not just
Lord.
tear off?
I don't know, but oh my goodness, oh Lord! I mean, that was just watching that back live. McGahee came back from that and had a hell of an NFL.
He did.
career,
Oh, he totally
Yes,
did.
he sure did.
Remarkable. But could you imagine what he
His
would
son
have
is on
been?
the Cornhuskers right now.
Is he really?
Fun factoid.
Could
Sure
you
is.
imagine what he would have been if that didn't happen? Remarkable.
dang.
I'll never
Why do we
forget
do
seeing
this?
that live.
Sheep Pulp just ruined our day.
I love it.
Up next is Cody McCoy. Let's see what he's got planned for us.
Oh, guys, 2014 Team USA scrimmages, basketball.
Yes.
Paul George snaps his leg
God dang it. I knew somebody was
on
going
a
to do it.
scrimmage. It was so gruesome. Coach K grabbed the mic and said, "We're done. We are no longer playing this game." And I don't want to show it, but it's just so. Paul George is out for the whole year. This started a whole kind of debate. Should NBA players be on Team USA? They're risking too much money, and the team and the franchises. Paul George missed a whole year. He's since come back and had a fairly decent career, but it wasn't totally the same. It was a young Paul George at the time.
I think the Paul George's was so horrific because it broke so bad, and then he came down like on the nub of the broken leg. So the leg broke, and then he fell onto the nub. I was like, oh God.
Here we go.
Court for our men and women in uniform. Real uniform, that is. There goes a little bit too fast for his own good. Nice contest, but a foul. Paul George as Paul George shaken up as he ran into the stanchion. Oh. Yep, this is the most important uniform, that is. There goes a little bit too fast for his own good.
Oh my God.
Yep. So it breaks, it goes out, and then his full body weight goes
lands on
like the exposed broken part, just thud like a peg leg. I mean, that was.
Do you think there was like a dent on the floor?
Oh, his bone probably scratched the wood. What are we doing, guys? What
Why did we do this?
Doing?
Oh, this is the worst idea ever. Thanks, darling.
What the fuck are we doing, guys?
Oh, dude,
my God.
Who puts themselves through? Christopher, number 2, have mercy on our souls. Who are you?
It's just
Wait, no words.
Like, this is just another Willis McGahee situation. Let's talk about Nick Chubb having his knee bent back the wrong way. He kicks his own ass. Let's watch.
Give it to us.
Turn this game. Here's Chubb trying to pick his way inside.
Here you go.
So
for those
I've
that
never
don't know what
seen-
happened, hold on, Joe. It was the clip, and then they slowed it down, so that's why the audio was weird. To see the leg snap.
So I've never seen a knee face the other direction before. His kneecap was literally the
bad.
other way. So now, Juice Junkies, if anybody is out there that's ever been to Florence, Italy, Florence, Italy, there is a man there that people call the Cricket Man because his legs go the opposite way and he walks on all fours. And unfortunately, the guy lives in the train depot, and it's a very sad story. But it was just
Cool.
I've never.
We
seen,
needed this to be a little sadder. Thank you.
No, I've never seen. But imagine seeing a dude walk like a cricket. It was insane. It was insane. His kneecaps were on the other side. So when he
This
went
is
to
a very
walk-
sad story.
That was
Joey proceeds to laugh about it.
Yeah.
it was,
I hope you gave him some money or something, or no?
No, I was terrified. I didn't go near.
He entertained you, you asshole.
No, he did not
You don't even
entertain.
give
He
him
just walks around like that. Looks like a cricket. And so it was just like it was crazy. But Nick Chubb's
Oh my
knees were like
God.
Cricket Man's knees. And they were facing the other direction. And Nick Chubb is playing right now, which is just remarkable. But just kneecap on the other side. Knees aren't supposed to bend like ostriches.
Usually I
So,
say,
that was,
Joey, can you beat Nick Chubb? But I don't want you to do better than Nick Chubb.
Oh,
What are you gonna
Don't you
do?
worry, buddy. Don't you worry. All right. So, in 1989, there was one of the most freak injuries in sports history to a goalie named Clint Malarchuk. Now, this was back before goalies wore protective shields over their neck. And so this guy came in on breakaway and was brought down by a defenseman. And as he was taken down, his leg came up and his skate cut the jugular of the goalie, Clint Malarchuk. All right. And with this, he immediately dropped down and realized I'm bleeding out. Clint Malarchuk lost 1.5 liters of blood, 1.5 liters of blood onto the ice. And he was saved by the Sabres athletic trainer who was formerly a U.S. Army combat medic. All right. So he went in there and he stuck his fingers in Malarchuk's throat and pinched his arteries. All right. And so he survived 300 stitches. 300 stitches. Guess how long he was out for?
I was going to say, I just know he probably came back and played.
I'm going to say like 6 weeks.
4 weeks. He missed a month.
10 days.
Oh my
Are
God.
you serious? What?
This guy only missed 10 days, and he was back in goal. So 1.5 liters of blood, 300 stitches, only missed 10 days. All right. So here is him talking about.
Oh, there's a video.
Goes to show you just don't need that much blood.
You don't know. He has 6 liters. So
That's true.
Tumbling into the net, a skate nicks Malarchuk, and it's an ugly scene.
That's the story right now with the red. Oh, look at that.
And the trainer got to him almost immediately. They rushed him to the hospital and were able to save his life with some quick action. Malarchuk knows he's a lucky man.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
Just keep it away. Oh, terrible.
It was scary. I knew I got hit. I saw the skate come up, and I knew I got hit. And I checked. I got most of the knock, it seemed like, in the face, and I put my hand up and checked for blood. And when I saw it was blood, I ripped my mask off, and I could see the blood squirting in front of my face with with my heartbeats, and so I knew I'd cut my jugular.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I knew I
cut my jugular. All right. Now that was him the next day. All right. And so they said the next day he was like, once they got it stitched up, he was walking around the hospital. He was just completely fine, talking. He's like, yeah, I thought it was in the face, but I got my jugular. And it's just like, that the guy just defines hockey badass to a, like, honestly, like, hurtful level. I mean, it's just like he missed 10 days. All right. I missed 3 days of work last week because I couldn't stop pooping. All right. So, I mean, this is
It's just a standard week for you.
It's just remarkable.
I'll bring us up, guys. I'll finish us up here. We're lucky there's no video footage because it's 1920. So we can all take a breather. Ray Chappie Chapman.
Classic.
Chappie Chapman playing at the Polo Grounds. This was so gruesome that he died.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Okay. What happened to Chappie?
So old Chappie, our good friend Chappie, playing at the Polo Grounds against the Yankees. Carl Mayers hits the man in the temple, collapses, walks to the dugout, collapses in the dugout, dies that night. He's the only player to die in baseball, like from a hit by pitch.
Wow.
The players in Major League Baseball were so mad that they waited over 50 years to implement a helmet rule.
What?
That's how mad they were.
50 years. So are you telling me that the helmet rule was not in place until the 70s?
1971 is when the old Chappie Chapman rule was required.
Oh my God.
Got around to it eventually.
They eventually got around to it. What is that, a
better
union
late
thing?
than
The
never.
union says no? 50 years. Chappie Chapman dies. It takes half a century to require helmet on the guy who got hit in a temple and died. No footage of that, unfortunately. Fortunately.
Yeah, I'm all right with it.
Yeah, we're okay.
I hate that.
Remember, Juice Junkies, you can listen to the show on all major podcast networks and YouTube. Please follow and rate the show and leave us a review through Apple, and we encourage you to follow the YouTube and Spotify channels. Be a friend, tell a friend about the podcast. Join our Juice Junkie community. We would love to have you. Cody, yeah. Back to you.
JoJo Potato. That just about does it, Chris. We're going to do some picks. How did we do last week? Who's going first? Who's going last? And
you boys had a perfectly fine week. Actually, everybody but me had a perfectly fine week. Everyone but me went 2-1. I went 0-3. Had myself just a little party off to the side by myself. Back to my mid-season form. I am hitting my stride here, boys. So yeah, we'll just go McCoy, Joe, then me.
Let's do it, guys. Give me the Patriots plus 3.5 against the Titans. Patriots ain't soft anymore.
No,
Titans are terrible. Patriots coming off a hot victory. They're not soft. That 3.5 hook, you're going to give me that. Patriots still have a defense. It's Will Levis. Patriots 3.5. Big Pats guy.
Dude, I love it. I think that's hilarious that you're actually thinking that they should be favored in the game. But, we'll see. The Titans are terrible. All right. Terrible. I am going college first, okay? And
hit me with it.
Because I almost witnessed
Iowa under.
No, I'm not. No, I almost witnessed the greatest season I've ever seen from a team I'm not expecting. Vanderbilt almost beat Texas. Vanderbilt beat Alabama, and they're 6.5-point dogs to Auburn. I was like, what is this? I'm going hard Vandy the rest of the season. That was a heartbreaking loss they just had to Texas. They are playing their asses off. And let's go. Vandy's plus 6.5 to Auburn. They're going to win that game outright.
Give me Commanders minus 3.5 at the Giants are dog shit, boys. I'll take basically almost any team minus 3.5 versus the Giants.
Give me Texas A&M 2.5, minus 2.5 over South Carolina as my college pick.
I can't believe it's only 2.5. That's crazy.
What I'm thinking. Yeah, give me that one.
Riding with my boy Jameis. The Browns plus 2 over the Chargers, baby.
Oh,
go ahead and give me Saints at Panthers under 43.5. These are two offenses with absolutely no identity and two okay defenses.
All right, guys, I'm taking Chiefs Bucks Monday Night Football. My boys, I'm taking the under 46. Chiefs are averaging anywhere from 27 to 30 points last few games. That defense is unstoppable. Bucks don't have receivers. I think they can still get 28 and still get the under on that one. Go Chiefs.
All right, now my over-under.
Well done, McCoy.
All right, my over-under, I'm going the Raiders and Bengals under 46.5. Where are they thinking these points are going to come from, the Raiders?
That's a great question. Is Aiden O'Connell coming to the rescue?
I don't. Does that matter? It's just I
like that pick.
Nice, boys. I'm bringing it on home to my Nebraska Cornhuskers. UCLA at Nebraska. I'm going under 40. Nebraska's defense has been pretty good. Nebraska's offense has been pretty slow moving. I don't think UCLA is going to stack up a whole ton either. I think this is going to be a low scoring slog of a match.
I can see that for sure.
I love it, guys.
Welcome to the Big Ten, UCLA.
Keep it moving. Wheel of DJ. Something we picked up last year. We've been loving it. Seeing how Chance does against some sports morons.
We really do love it, don't we? All right. So Wheel of DJ, we already pre-picked, as always, our college game this week. We've got Ohio State at Penn State, which number 3 at number 4. Like, that's pretty...
That's going to be epic.
Number 4 at number 3, rather.
Yeah.
We've got Saints at Panthers and then Patriots at Titans. I don't know why we do this to ourselves. And as always on the Wheel of D-Gen, we've got home spread, away spread, over, under, and Joey takes a shot.
I hit every time, so we'll see what happens.
Home spread.
Oh my God, that was a centimeter away from me.
Penn State plus 3.5. Let's go, Lions. Hell yeah, boys. All right, up next, we've got Saints at Panthers. Give her a spin. Away spread. Okay, Saints minus 7. Let's go, Saints. Yeah, that's actually not bad.
That's a ridiculous spread for two terrible teams. Yep. And then the Jets are favored. What the hell is happening?
I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I do not get it. All right, and last but almost definitely least, we've got Patriots at Titans. Let's give her the old spinny spin. Give Joey a shot.
Get it this week. Yeah.
Ooh. Patriots plus 3.5. Okay.
They agree with McCoy.
They're with McCoy.
James Franklin, this is it for your legacy this weekend. Are you going to be able to beat Ohio State?
It or nothing.
Can you beat a top 10 team, James Franklin? You're number 3 in the country, which is shocking because I don't know a single player on Penn State. So it's just let's see how they do. Ohio State, you shouldn't have won that game against Nebraska last week. So you need to prove to the country that you're good.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
The Nittany Lions.
Pound. Would have been so obnoxious this week had Nebraska won.
Chris? You know what's obnoxious?
The fact that we don't know how to end this show.
No, we don't. 65 episodes, boys, and we have no clue how to end this show. Maybe one day we'll find a way to this. Chris P. Bacon looking good over there. Julian Edelman, the Rockies fan. Happy Halloween. It'll be November the next time. Follow on Instagram. Get in the community. Send us your squeezes. Moron Mountain nominations. Keep growing with us. Please tell a friend. See you next week.
Go eat some bacon.
Please.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.